Hello everyone, hope you're all doing good and great. So welcome to this video tutorial where we're going to be looking at our uh, fourth week's assignment, our NetOps to fourth week's assignment. So I call upon each and everyone to follow along this video and make sure you do the same thing as what I will be doing, and hopefully it's going to be more helpful. So without taking much time, allow me to access my uh, okay, so actually here is the cheat sheets, and I've shared this cheat sheet with you. But before we get into before we dive into the installation and configuration steps, let's start with a simple question. Okay, so actually our fourth week's assignment, it's all about uh, like installing Nagios. What what is Nagios? So Nagios is a powerful open source monitoring tool that helps system administrators and network engineers to keep an eye on their servers, services, and networks. So just think of it like a security camera, but instead of watching your house, it watches your IT infrastructure. Okay. So with Nagios, you can monitor whether a server is online or is down, whether a service is responding properly, or whether a disk is getting full before it causes some problems. And Nagios is like give that feature of sending alerts when something goes wrong, and even when things recover. So you always know the status of your system with Nagios. Okay, and again, um, Nagios is widely used in both small businesses and large enterprises. So it's of course lightweight and customizable, and it gives you a centralized web dashboard where you can view all monitored systems and their statuses. So in this tutorial, I will guide you step by step on how to install and configure Nagios on a FreeBSD system, so that by the end of this video, you will have a full working monitoring setup so that you can access from your browser. So with that said, um, let's get started with Nagios installation. Okay, so so the first, as our part one, we need to install necessary software installation. Like necessary softwares. Okay, so the first thing we need to do, we need to install this Nagios itself. Okay, so by using this package manager, and this command will install, of course, Nagios and all the libraries it needs to run. Okay, so and then after that we need to check the PHP version. Okay, so once Nagios is installed, we need to check the which version of PHP is currently installed. Okay, so and this is important because we need to install the right PHP modules that matches this version. Okay, so in this case, the output shows that we had like this version. Okay, so which is currently outdated, and we will have a different version as for now. Okay, so then the next step is uh, like installing the required PHP module. Okay, so and to have that done, we need to run this command. Okay, and please, these modules like helps our Nagios to work properly in a web browser. Okay, so this module PHP 81 is the PHP engine for the Apache, and this one like adds XML, support which Nagios uses. Okay, so and again, please make sure the version number like you got from this command, okay, is the one you're going to use like here. Okay, so instead of having, so currently we have 81, since we have here 8.1, okay, but for us we are going to get 8.3 dot something, so we are going to install 83 instead of 81. Okay, so with that said, let's like head to this part 2, where we need to configure Apache web server. Okay, so we need to tell Apache how to process PHP files. Okay, and to do this we need to create a configuration file named php.conf. Okay, and by running this command we need to copy and paste, copy this everything we have here, and then we paste into this file. And this vi is nothing other than a text editor, so you can use Nano, since of course even me I will be using Nano instead of any other text editor. Okay, and so actually the main purpose of this content within have here, it's just to set the index.php as a default page for folders, and also it tells the Apache to treat PHP files as PHP scripts. Okay, okay, so and then like we head to this command again, but this command, as long as you run it, it's going to like, it will not work. So unless you're using I mean, since you're using bash shell, this command does not work on a bash shell. So if like you're using a C shell, that's when it would work, but currently it will not work. Okay, but what it does, like it like reloads the shell environment, so that, I mean, so it recognizes new installed commands like the PHP or Nagios. But for now, it's like you can skip it. Okay, so now let's head to this part 3, where we're going to configure Nagios. Okay, like the first thing we need to do, we need to enable Nagios, of course. Okay, we have to enable Nagios so that it can start automatically every time the system boots. So I think you are now familiar with what like this command does. Okay, so and if you skip it, of course Nagios won't start on its own after reboot, and you will have to remember to start it manually every time. Okay, so and then after that we need to prepare some necessary configuration files inside the Nagios directory by running this command. So this command like orients you to the Nagios directory, and then after that we need to rename some sample files, sample configs. Okay, so like we will be copying the sample configuration files and renaming them to remove this dash sample. Okay, so that Nagios can recognize and use them. So we'll only be copy and pasting. Okay, like one by one, and then once you are done with this, you will just get into this directory again, and then we do the same thing. We will be also copy and pasting. Okay, and so we'll be only running these commands, okay, one by one, but you can combine all these commands, okay, into a one long command like this. But I think this may have some issues, so I recommend just copy and pasting, okay, one by one. And then once done, we need to verify the configurations. Okay, so we need to run this command to check the whether like Nagios mates like have some issues or errors. So as long as you skip this command, Nagios might silently fail to start, or it may behave like unpredictably due to config errors. Okay, so and then after that we need to create a Nagios admin user. Okay, so by running this command, so actually this command creates a login for accessing the Nagios web interface, and this Nagios admin is the username. Okay, and by running this command, you will set the password when prompted, and as we have here, per this lab, we have to use admin as our password. Okay, and of course, Nagios admin will be there as our username. Okay, so and after that, we need to enable a CGI module in Apache by running this command. Okay, so actually ignore this VI as I said before. So we will be using nano. Okay, and then we will need to find these lines. I mean these like these blocks. Okay, and then we need to uncomment them. So we need to remove this hashtag, and we have to remain with something like this. Okay, so actually this will enable CJ script support, which is required for main Nagios features like viewing service details or performing checks. Okay, and then after that, we need to configure Nagios access in Apache. Okay, so by creating this file, which is nagios.conf under this path. Okay, and then have to copy everything we have here, and then we paste them within this file we created earlier. Okay, and then so like by not like creating this file, you may either expose your Nagios to unauthorized users, okay, or completely break the interface. Okay, so and then after that we need to uh, give Nagios access to Apache directories. Okay, so by running this command, okay, so actually this command add this Nagios user to the www group, which owns Apache's web directories. Okay, and this ensures like Nagios has permissions to read and write logs. Okay, and some config files and temporary data. Okay, and then after this we need to start our Apache, our Nagios, and restart our Apache, and then have to access our Nagios dashboard through this process. So we have to browse our IPv6 within square brackets, and then we put /nagios/ and we have to make sure that our proxy is enabled. Okay, so the one we used in our third week's assignment, you're going to be using the same proxy settings for this assignment. Okay, so with that said, allow me to start the uh, configuration process, and I will be quick since everything is explained. Okay, so here is my terminal. Yes, so let me refresh it. So I need to switch to the root user, then I will be only copy and pasting, so I need to start with this Nagios installation, paste, then hit enter, Y, then hit enter to proceed the installation process. And then we have to check the PHP version, but let me copy this first, then to check the PHP version, we need to run this command php-v, then hit enter. Then we need to paste the command we copied, and then instead of having 81, we'll have 83. Okay, even here 83, since we have PHP version is 8.3. Okay, then hit enter, then hit Y to allow the installation process, then we are done. Okay, so we need to clear the screen, and then after that we need to create this file php.conf. So we need to copy this. Okay, copy it. Then I need to use nano, so please only copy this, don't include this vi. We'll be using nano. Okay, then we need to paste, then hit enter. So they're telling me that nano not found, so I need to install it first. Okay, install nano, then hit enter. Why? Then I can bring back the previous command by taking up arrow. Okay, then hit enter. So within this file, I need to copy everything that I have here, copy it, then I paste it within here, and then I need to customize. So make sure, please make sure, like, you customize your content the same way I will be doing it. Okay, so otherwise you may just face some errors. Okay, then Ctrl X, Y, then hit enter to save, then clear the screen again. Then so this you can skip it. Then we need to enable Nagios. Okay, and then we need to change directory to Nagios so that we can rename those files. Okay, okay, fine. So if I do pwd, you see I'm under Nagios. So the thing is, instead of just copying, like coming here, like copy one line and then I go back to my terminal, I paste it there and come back again. So I'm just going to do it from here without copy and pasting. Okay, so if I do los, so the files we are going to rename, the first one, this one, the second, and the third. Okay, so to rename, I just be doing copy, then CGI tab key, CGI again tab key, then I remove this dash sample, then hit enter. Copy again, Nagios, Nagios again, then I remove this, then I hit enter. Copy again, resource, resource again, then I remove this, then I hit enter. So actually these three commands, they're the same as what we have here. So you can, for you, will be copy and pasting, I mean copy one by one and then you paste them. Okay, and then the next you have to change the directory to objects and then you do the same as well. Okay, and also you'll be doing the same way as I did for this like under Nagios directory. Okay, so I need to change the directory to objects, then I hit enter. Okay, if I do los, I have so many files within here which has to be renamed. Okay, so let's get started. Like, let me start with the first one. So if I do copy command, so it's command like this, then command again, so then I remove this dash sample, I hit enter, copy again, contact again, I remove this, copy again, localhost again, I remove this, copy, then printer, print again, then I remove this, then copy switch again, then I remove that as well, copy template as well, then I remove this, G, then hit enter, copy time. So the reason why I'm getting these commands like being auto-completed themselves, so I'm just using tab key. So you can use tab key to auto-complete the, like, to complete the commands. Okay, so then hit enter. So you can just write a part of it and then hit tab key. Then I need to clear the screen, and then the remaining, we're going to check our configurations, whether we may have some errors. We're going to get notified, hit enter. So you see we have no error and have no warnings. Okay, so then we need to create this user. Okay, and so let me clear the screen. Need to paste hit enter. Then password will be admin, okay, as we said. And then we need to get into this file, okay. So I need to do nano, then I paste it there, then I hit enter. So I need to scroll down, okay, so that I can get those blocks which you have to uncomment. So actually they're here, okay. So I need to remove this hashtag even there, then I save Control X Y, then hit enter, then clear the screen. And then after that we need to create this Nagios file, okay. Nano, then we paste here, hit enter, and then have to copy everything that we have here, copy everything, then I need to paste it here, okay. And then it's just tab key. So for this line I need to bring it up here, then I put space, okay. Then the other lines I have to adjust them accordingly. So I think we are done. So, and then I can be able to save Control X, Y, then hit enter. And then actually we are done. Okay, so we have to run this command as well to add our Nagios to Apache group. So I can paste it there, then I hit enter. Then with this I can be able to start my Nagios service, Nagios starts, then I hit enter. I can also start my Apache service, Apache24 starts, then hit enter. My Apache has also started. So to check what we did, let's close this. So hopefully you have all these proxy settings. If I click on options, proxies, if I expand this, so make sure you have, your proxy settings looks like this, okay. So if they look like this, you can enable your proxy, click on it. Then so before we enable it, let me check my IPv6. So here is my IPv6, so I can copy it, okay, copy, and then I can paste it here within square brackets, save it there, and then slash Nagios slash, okay. So I need to enable my proxy info, then I have to hit enter. So I will have to provide the username and password. So username, we said that will be Nagios admin, and password will be the one you set, okay. Then hit enter. So we have something like this, okay. So and then if you click on services, you'll be able to get all these services, and even though some of them are still in pending, like they have pending as their status, but as long as you keep refreshing the page, you're going to get all of them being tracked, okay. But I want to show you something here. I want you to pay attention on this. All of us, we are going to be having the same dashboard, okay, because by default we are monitoring the same services. So you may just submit someone's work. So to make sure that you're not submitting someone's work, I want to show you something, and please make sure you do it you do it the way I'm going to show you to do it. So if you submit something like this, even though it's correct, of course, but I will assume that you have, you got it from some of your friend, okay. So I want you to, let's first disable proxy, okay. Then we come back in our terminal, we do change directory user, then local www, then Nagios, I think, yes. So if I do ls, we have some files here, so we have to get into this file, which is side.php, nano, then side.php, then hit enter. I want you to scroll down here, yes, here, and then we need to add this HTML codes. Okay, strong. Then in between here, so you can type something like hello. So just use your name. Okay, just add your name there. So let me add mine. Okay, yes, and then down here you can add anything you want. Like let's just add like what can we add? Okay, fine. So let's just put something like this. Welcome to this dashboard. Okay, so I think this will work. Okay, so let's just say this while then hit enter, and then if I start again my service like this, restart. Yes, so let me enable again my proxy. If I enable it again, so if I try to refresh the page, so we will have something like this here. So please make sure your name is included here. So if you go on services, so as you can see, we even have our like services being monitored, and we still have one which is under pending, which is pending. Okay, so we can just wait for it to to be monitored. But as long as you have something like this and you have your name here, so please take a screenshot of the entire screen and then you submit it as your 4th week's assignment. Please, if you submit something which has, which does not have this name here of yours, I will assume that you have cheated, like you got this from someone else. Okay, so please make sure you do the same thing. You follow along this video until the end, and once you face any challenges or difficulties, please you can reach out to me and I will always be available to assist you. So have a good day. Bye.